this is Life is Silly, and this is my very first YouTube video. And I'm gonna do a boots haul today because boots are my favorite accessory and like favorite piece of clothing ever. But just a disclaimer, I'm not doing this to show off. I'm not doing this to say, oh, look how much money I have or whatever. Like, it's just because I enjoy watching boots hauls, and I think a lot of people enjoy watching boots hauls. And I figured for my first YouTube video, I might as well do something that I'm really passionate about and really like because I think it defines my style. So, hey, let's get into it. So, I've loved boots since I was like 7 years old, and I've been trying to look for them for like 10 years, but my feet were always too big. And I live in Jamaica, so it's like there are not that many boots around up until recently, and even now, there are not that many. So I went abroad in like 2013, right? I went to Florida and I said, okay, I'm going there. I'm going to find myself some shoes. I'm going to find myself some boots. And I had a pair that I really liked that I bought there, and I ended up having to return it within the same week because it was so cheap. Like, I didn't spend cheap money on it. Like, I spent like $58 on it, and 3 days of walking around on pavement, walking around on smooth floors, walking around in malls, somehow caused the shoes to tear up. So I had to give them back. Obviously, I couldn't go home with those horrible shoes. So that was a really big disappointment because they were so comfortable. It was like walking on a cloud. It was literally like you were walking on a cloud. And I was on my feet for like over 12 hours because, of course, when you have a limited time, when you're trying to get a lot of things for school and everything like that, because I was going to university, you're rushing. And I was on my feet from 10 to 10, right? Shopping with my family. And when I wore those boots, it did not hurt. My feet did not hurt. It was amazing. Like, my flats had my feet hurting after a while. My sneakers had my feet hurting after a while, but not those boots. So I really miss them for that because they're fashionable and they're comfortable, but they looked really bad after 3 days of just walking around on smooth pavements. So I'm saying, how is it going to handle Jamaica? you know, not to say that Jamaica doesn't have malls and doesn't have smooth pavements, because for the most part we do. But at my school, at UE, they're like varying terrains, like you have grass and you have gravel because it rains a lot, so you don't want to have mud. So they put like stones all over it. So you don't want the shoes that can mash up easily. Mash up means get destroyed easily, right? So yeah, I had to give those back. But I went to DSW and I found another pair of black boots, which I was really happy about. So I'm gonna show you guys. This is it, right? This is a pair. Yes, I have big feet, I know. Right. So I got this pair at DSW, and I love these so much because they're kind of formalish looking. Not formal, but they're obviously more dressy boots than like your casual everyday wear out boots. But you can actually wear them out if you want. Like, it has a short enough heel so it wouldn't be uncomfortable and you wouldn't be walking on stilettos all day. And the material is extremely hardy. Like, I have worn this to school. Like, first semester it was raining a lot, so I was wearing it to school, and I walked everywhere with it, and I have no complaints. It didn't tear up. The shoe looks like when I bought it. You know, it's amazing. And then it's so easy to clean because, of course, it rains and you get mud on it and everything. You just wipe it off with a cloth and you run some shoe polish over it, just like school shoes. It's really good. And actually, the heel, I realize, isn't any bigger or taller than the heel that a lot of people wear for their school shoes at school. You're not supposed to wear these heels because they make a clippity clappity sound, which can disturb people in class or during tests, but people wear them, and it's just extremely comfortable, and they make your feet look so good, and they're really just up any outfit, you know, and I love black, so yeah. And I really like the subtle kind of buckle strappy detailings around the side. I really like them. Yep, so that was my first pair that I actually kept, and they're hot. Okay. Then my second pair that I got like a couple months after that one. I got these here in Jamaica, surprise, surprise. And I got these at Least Fifth Avenue in Sovereign. That's a mall here in Kingston. And they're brown. And honestly, they had a black version with the gold buckles and everything same way, right? and I was really iffy about it because I'm really comfortable with black. I'm not very comfortable with many other colors. So it was kind of a risk for me to, step out and get this in brown. But my mother convinced me. She was like, Hillary, just get it in brown. You're not gonna regret it, and the brown looks better. And I was like, yeah, for you, the brown actually does look nicer. And so I got it. And I'm just gonna show you the shoe, right? It kind of is reminiscent of a cowboy boot ish. Like, I mean, when people see me here with this in Jamaica, they say it's like a cowboy boots, and I always get compliments on these. Like, almost every time I wear them, somebody tells me they like them. And again, these are extremely hardy. I've had these for over a year, and I was wearing it 3 times a week, at least, um, during my second semester. So that's like 5 months, just 3 times a week consistently, and the shoes literally look amazing. Like, there's just maybe like one little blemish at the tip, but after a year, of course, it's not going to be perfect, but otherwise it's held up so well. And the gold has not started to turn at all. Can't really see it so well here because of the lighting, but the gold has not started to turn. The shoes look really nice. They look really expensive. Like, they don't look like your regular old run of the mill boots. So I really like that about them. And they have a flat heel. So unlike the previous pair I showed you, which can get a little bit uncomfortable after a while if you're walking a lot, right? These won't, because they have a perfectly flat heel. They're super comfortable. And contrary to popular belief, I do not get hot in these. Okay, these do not make my foot feel hot at all, because first of all, there's like a space at the top, like, so air can flow in, and then it's just like having a sneakers on. Like, really, seriously, I can't believe people asking that question. Yeah, so yeah, and they're Unisa. They're Unisa boots. Oh, and obviously, if you couldn't tell, these are like mid calf ish. Not that high. It's probably like, you know, the lower part of your foot. It's like half of that. So it was also my first higher boots. So yeah, I really like it. I really like it.